So guys, today is a presentation for a program called Direct Mail Pro. Hi, my name is Peter Wolfing. I'm the CEO and the creator of the Direct Mail Pro program. And today is just really a very relaxed overview, kind of a bird's eye 30,000 foot view of the program Direct Mail Pro. And for people that maybe have seen a little bit about it, maybe you haven't seen anything about it, just sit back and relax. We're not going to ask you to buy or sign anything. I want you to relax and ask yourself some questions, and I'll ask you those as I go through the presentation, okay? So this is really for the entrepreneur that maybe is a grassroots entrepreneur. That's more of an offline entrepreneur, and also an online entrepreneur. So we want to go full circle and offer online and offline and reveal the different secrets that I've been able to uncover over the last 30 years of talking to tens of thousands of people and bringing through millions of people through my system. So ultimately, how you can peel, point, and profit and achieve your ideal lifestyle using DMP or Direct Mail Pro, as we call it. So here's my questions, okay? And what I want to do is open up your imagination, okay? Relax, take a breath. Like I said, we're not going to ask you to buy or sign anything. Just imagine, okay? Ever wondered what it would be like to be able to have the lifestyle of your dreams, to be able to have that wonderful thing you've heard about, that elusive laptop lifestyle where literally you could be on your pool, sitting there on your chair, you know, with your feet up, with a beer or a wine or whatever your choice of beverage over there on the side, typing away on your computer and making money. Have you ever wondered how people do that? And to be able to make income that would dwarf most other people, that is something that is doable. But many people see other people doing it and they say, well, why not me? So by show of hands, and again, this is interactive. If you can type in the questions section, type in me if you want to know how many of you would like me to share how I was able to develop over the last 29 years over 2 million people into my companies, and how I was able to develop a affiliate commission of over $500 million paid out, not to me, but to members of my organizations. And also do that around the world, not just here in the United States, but dozens of countries all over the world in practically every continent around the world. Would you like me to share that with you this evening and some of the aha moments that I've been able to kind of whittle down to the simplest form that you can apply to your life? You want me to tell you that today? Well, listen on, we're going to go into that, okay? So tonight, you're about to discover how I was able to do that, right? What conclusions that I've come to after physically speaking to tens of thousands of people and through social media connecting with millions of people and hand-holding and handshaking with the top of the top gurus on the planet, people that are worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and speaking to them, and what I've been able to discover to be able to bring to you, and so that this way you can implement in your life. That's what you're going to discover today, how you can just press a button and be able to take and implement things that you may have thought were elusive in your life. So my promise to you, and this is who I am, I'm not just kind of flapping my gums and saying this, but my promise to you is to be honest, professional, okay, and have some ethics here, and to be able to hold nothing back. I'm going to tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, okay, because I want you to make an intelligent, informed decision as to whether or not this is for you or not for you. And I understand it's not for everyone. Personally, I feel it can be for everyone, but everybody's not in the right time in their life to take advantage of things, you know? And they say in your life, there's 2 times in your life that you have these mega opportunities that happen to you. And if you're over 40, you probably missed one. Where if you were to go one way or the other, it could radically change your life. And I had a few of those happen in my life. And if we have time today, I'll get into it and tell you a little bit more about some of those times with me. But my promise to you is I'm going to tell you straight, you know, as I said, the good, the bad, the ugly, and I don't know any other way to operate than that. So the problem that most people have in today's society is that everything is thrown at you from every which way, right? all directions, and people have the attention span of a gnat, okay? And that's no fault of their own. It's because you have thousands of cable channels, you have all sorts of social media stuff, everything is thrown at you, and we're in the attention economy, okay? All of these mediums are vying for your attention, so what do you believe? Or what can you grasp onto? Because there's so many charlatans out there, there's so many scams out there, you know, and you've seen all these different stories out there. What do you believe? That's the problem. You don't know what to believe and what to be able to grasp onto. Well, hopefully today we're going to give you some facts and figures. You can do your own homework if you like, but I guarantee you what I'm going to tell you is absolutely factually correct. So what's the answer? Okay, what's the answer if there's so many things out there that you can't trust? Well, what you do is you look at track record. A company doesn't stay in business for 21 years, and me being online for 29 years, or just a little bit shy of 29 years, and affiliate marketing for 29 years, we don't stay in business for 21 years by scamming people, okay? So we're saying the answer to, or the antidote to that is track record, right? Is credibility. And I'm going to give you some of my credibility as well as my company, and hopefully that'll be the answer for you. So you're on this webinar and ask yourself, why should you care? You know, I don't know why you're here. I don't know why you're on this webinar, this Zoom today. You might be here just because somebody invited you and you're trying to be nice. You know, or you might be here and you might just say, what is this? Should I even look? I mean, when I went to my first hotel presentation in 1990, I stood in the front row with my arms crossed, and I was like, what the heck am I doing here? You know, the guy asked me 4 times to come, and eventually he just dragged me into the car and said, come on, you're coming. And, you know, and I almost fought him all the way there, but I was wise enough to say, well, at least I'm here. Let me open up my mind a little bit to see if something is happening here. And hey, almost 30 years later, my life has totally been radically changed because of that moment. So why should you care? Well, this is a time in your life, one of those 2 major moments in your life that can radically change your life. And I don't care if you're 79 or 19 or 39 or 49. It doesn't matter. Your age doesn't matter. You can radically change your life in a heartbeat with this type of business. And I have many, many testimonials to prove that. So the time is right now. Okay, and you see this picture of this lady on here with one of those old clocks. And those people that are my age, you'll know what kind of clocks those are, right? So those are old clocks, right? But the time is really now, okay? And I'm going to keep on hitting on the time is now and those 2 moments in your life. This one here is one of those first times in your lives. This one here might be right now, okay? Old school and new school. So what I want to tell you is that you do not have to be a techie. You can be this one. If you are a techie, you can be that one. I don't care whichever way you want to do it, old school and new school. We have both of those for you, okay? Where you can plug in any age or any skill type and make money with this system. And as we go through, we're going to show you how you can do that. So who am I? Why should you listen to me? And I'm going to kind of go over this really quickly. I'm a member of the National Academy of Best-Selling Authors. I've written multiple best-selling books. I have a 501c3 charity, WizKids. I also have been in business 21 years as of August 8th, 2018. Millions of people sign up in my business. I've won XP Awards, Quilly Awards, and speaking in media, spoken in front of lots and lots of people, endorsed by Kevin Harrington, Shark Tank, and on and on and on. So, you know, I tell you this not to brag or boast, but to say, listen, track record is important. You know, I am out there. I'm not one of these owners that you join a program and you're like, who's the owner? I have no idea. They're probably in some ivory tower collecting the money, and you don't even hear from the person. You don't even know who it is. I am out there every single day. If you know me, and if you know me and you're on here listening, for the people that are listening for the first time, type in the amount of posts that I do on a daily basis. It is massive, right? I am plugged in and I'm wired to do this business because I want it pretty much more than you guys. For you guys to be successful, I am here. I post all the time. I post a training system I do every single day practically called the 60-Second Millionaire. I'm posting all the time and helping everybody to do their business. So that's why you should listen to me. I am here for you. I'm not going to be here and gone tomorrow, okay? So a little bit about my story, and I'll be brief. And the reason why I tell my story is because some of you may be able to identify with my story. You might think, oh, you know, he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth and he had all this money and, you know, he's been privileged. And so let me just tell you, nay, okay? This is my mom. She came from Europe and she didn't speak any English, and she was a worker, right? She was an entrepreneur at that point. She didn't know it. And she was willing to work and do whatever was necessary to fend for us. She was the kind of person that, you know, someone would say, hey, can you do this? She had no idea how to do it. And she'll say, yeah, I can do it. And then she figured out how to do it. And eventually she became an interior designer. She became into the sewing business. She opened up multiple fabric stores and eventually a restaurant. This is the actual house that I grew up in. So when I say we were dirt poor, we were dirt poor. And that's a recent picture because when we lived in it, there was no siding on the house, okay? And my sister told me, I had my twin sister, my older sister, told me that they would have to put newspapers on the window during the wintertime because it was that cold. So very little heat and that big of a house. So we lived there for a number of years, and because of hard work from my mom, God bless her, she now has Alzheimer's, sad to say, but she in turn was able to get us into a better standard of living. That's me on the right-hand side of that house, maybe about 1 or 2 houses down. They would have to fence me in because I was trying to get out everywhere, right? And then I eventually was able to go to a bigger house. Now, you notice the house number, okay, 13. You know, my mom was not superstitious, so we had the house number 13, believe it or not. But I was in the Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, Webelos, and so on. And eventually, after after high school, moved into New York, did some photo shoots, things like that, had fun with that for a little bit, decided that wasn't for me. And I said, well, what is for me? I went into the Marines and decided to go in the Marines, went into the top secret coding, decoding, and electronics part of the Marines. The MOS was 2828. And if I told you exactly what I was doing, I'd probably have to kill you, so I can't do that. But seriously, a funny thing happened. As soon as I went in the Marines, you know what they do is they shave your hair off, and guess what happened? Mine never grew back. So I had to live with it, and a funny thing that the Marines gave me after a number of years. But I actually rose to the rank of sergeant. I went to college at night. I had 2 businesses on the side, and I learned that entrepreneurship from my mom, okay? And during the process after I got out, I started to get mentored by many famous people. There's Jack Canfield, Darren Hardy of Success Magazine, Gary Vee. I've either met them or worked with them. Here's Sir Richard Branson, Steve Forbes, John Maxwell. All these people I've met, I've hung out with, I've learned from, some more than others. And, you know, you get to kind of suck up on their vibration and what they're learning and what they're giving to give you, and you get to learn from these people, right? So they say you're the average of the 5 people that you hang around with the most, okay? Marcus Lemonis, I don't know why I forgot his name for some reason, but there it is, Marcus Lemonis of The Prophet. So, you know, that's one of the key things I want to pass on to you today is find the people that you resonate with, right? And try to hang out with them, and whoever you're going to be able to, you identify with, you connect with as far as how they teach and what you want to learn from them, and you try to model what they're doing. And here I am going through all these different people trying to figure out, okay, who do I like out of these guys? What's the best things I like, and try to model myself after these people. I've written a best-selling book with Brian Tracy called The Will to Win. That's me winning some of the XP Awards and things like that in Hollywood last year. And that was great to be able to do a collaborative book with him and many other authors as well. This one here with Richard Branson, you can see me on the very, very top, the 3rd one from the left, that's me. And you see Richard Branson, a number of people down below that. And that was a collaborative book as well, too, from doctors and lawyers and very, very famous people. There's Ivan Meisner right next to Sir Richard Branson. So when you get to be able to do these types of things, you grow as a person. You can't help but do that. So let's get into the presentation here and start giving you some of these nuggets. And, you know, my goal here today is obviously I want you to join our program. But my secondary goal is to leave here better than you were before. And because you're spending an hour with us on here, I want to make your life better somehow and give you some kind of a value. So passion plus purpose equals freedom, right? You have to find something you can be passionate about, because it can't just be the money. There has to be some kind of a cause in your life to be passionate about. Now, when I first got started, the first 8 or 9 years in the business, from like 1990 to 1998 or 99, I thought it was, okay, I want to get rich, and that's what it was, right? And I thought I wanted to make a lot of money. And there's there's really nothing wrong with that, and I made some money, but I worked my butt off and I made some money. And so I started looking at, well, I'm working hard. There's a lot of other people that are working hard. And why are some people making insane amounts of money and I'm like making some money, right? Nothing to be bragging about. And there's quite a few reasons why, but one of them is the vehicle that you're in, okay? Because how many people do you know that work really hard for a living and are dead broke? It's because hard work is not the only thing. You have to have a vehicle to plug into the hard work, so the hard work's going to mean something, right? And then you connect your passion with that. If you find something you can be passionate about, a cause, a purpose, an environment, a crew of people, with Direct Mail Pro, we want to be able to empower the world. I want to be able to have impact and contribution with people with the systems that I have. Now, if you have a purpose involved with that as well too, passion plus purpose, trying to accomplish something, mine again, impact and contribution, then you can have freedom and you can give people the freedom with the vehicle that you have by being financially free and independent. And as I said initially, I wanted to be rich. Everybody says when you get started in this business, oh, what do you want to do? Well, I want to get rich. And I thought that was what I wanted to do, and what most people that I talk to now, that's what they say. And when I really looked at it, what I really wanted to do is I wanted to get like this. I wanted to go, and you know what that is? That's breathing room. And they say a calm mind is a jewel of wisdom. So when you have breathing room, what does that mean in all of our everyday lives? Calm mind is a jewel of wisdom. It means that you are making more money than you're spending, right? So you have now made more money than your monthly expenses, and that's what that means. So that's really the first step. And with our program, we can easily show you how to do that. Now, everybody's first step is different. Some people, if you can make $1,500 a month, that is life-changing. Some people, to make $500 a month, that's going to save your home or your marriage, or whatever, right? Or it's going to be able to pay off credit cards and so on. For some people, they got to make 10 grand a month or they can't live. I mean, here in Manhattan, if you're not making 200 grand a year, and it's all relative, you can't live here. I mean, and it's just the way the environment is in this area. So, and you have to be able to put your environment, where you live, and what your overhead is into that equation, and then come up with your number, and that's your number, right? So you hit that number first, and then from that point, we show you how to accelerate from that point, but you have to get to that point first. So what we decided to do with Direct Mail Pro, and as I said, after talking to so many people, is I wanted to uncomplicate things. And I tend to get into the detail and the minutia and the complicated, and for me it's easy because I've been doing it for 30 years, but I've come to realize with some of the very successful programs that we've run, simpler is better. Uncomplicated is better, because I want people to look at it and say, oh, I get it, right? Instead of looking at it like it has 10 heads and you can't figure it out. So we came out and we talked to a lot of people, and I put things together so this way it eliminates the sticking points that most people are up against in a program. So we said, okay, if you can peel a stamp, and you can point to a video, you can have freedom. So how many people that you know that can't peel a stamp and put it on an envelope? Everybody can do that, right? How many people do you know can't point to a video? Now, you can talk to somebody and point to a video, and there's a myriad of different things that you can do to point people to a video to watch it, or you can buy traffic to point people to watch it, or postcards, or all sorts of different things to point people. You don't have to physically talk to them to do that unless you want to, and that'll equal freedom. Peel, point, and profit, right? Peel, point, and profit, or peel, point, and freedom. So let's talk about some of the challenges that people have, okay? Some of the challenges are you really don't know what you don't know, okay? So you get scared. And sometimes they look, and you guys that are on here for the first time, and you're a little bit nervous. You don't know if this is going to work. So you say, listen, well, I just got to go back to my job because I just don't know how to do this thing. And you stick your head in the sand, and you're hoping that things get better, when really it's not going to get better. Doing the same thing over and over and over again because you just don't want to know what you don't want to know. Instead of looking to say, well, listen, I'm doing this, whatever I'm doing, and things aren't getting better, maybe I should think differently, and to try to look at the landscape, pull my head out, and see if there's other things that can get me out of this mess. So it's fear. Okay, fear stops so many people. I wrote a book on it called Domesticating Fear. Now, the second challenge is the unknown. Okay, you don't know what's out there, right? So you get scared, you hide under the table, and you kind of sit there and try to play it safe. Okay, now when I got out of the Marines, my parents, my mom opened up a restaurant. I knew nothing about the restaurant business, right? And that was one of those times in my life that I told you about. That was a pivotal moment because I was going to re-enlist in the Marines. I was going to be a lifer. I was going to stay in because I did really well. And she said, listen, I'm opening a restaurant. I need you. And that was an unknown for me. And I said, okay, I'm there. And I just did it. And no sooner was I off the plane than I was washing dishes. And I eventually got a culinary degree as well, too, while I was there. So I got over the unknown by just jumping into it and doing it, okay? Now, some other challenges you have is you ask yourself, you what if yourself to death. What if it doesn't work out? What if I do it and I fail? What if people say something? What if? You can't worry about things like that because it's always going to be there, right? They're always going to be there. You have to go and do it because what if it does work, right? What if you do it and it does work for you? Not always what if it doesn't work. What if it does work? Another challenge is rejection. People are afraid of rejection, of people saying, no, I'm not interested. Now, for me, it doesn't really matter to me, although sometimes, I do feel it, but I just brush it off to the side like I call it the skin of a rhinoceros. It just bounces off me like rain. But at the beginning, it was like oxygen for me, right? And maybe many people on here, it's like oxygen for you. And we've come up with a system that if you don't want to talk to people, we have coaches for you to drive the traffic, point people to a video capture page, lead capture page system that'll tell the story, and a coach will call them up, or they'll set an appointment to talk to a coach, and they will do the talking for you so you don't have to face rejection again. But I can guarantee you, you have the choice to do it if you want to step out of your comfort zone and accelerate your income and kind of grow as an entrepreneur and increase your skill level. So if you do want to do that, we have ways that you can actually accelerate the process by talking to people. But again, totally up to you. And that's one of the major blocks that we wanted to stop the fear of rejection. So confusion is another one. I've seen many people in my systems and I look at it and I'm like, this is so simple. But when I see people and I see the back office because I have the admin things, and I look in there and I see, wow, they joined, they spent $500 or $1,000, but they never logged in again. Or they logged in 2 or 3 times, never referred a soul, and you never hear from them again. Well, I feel for those people, and I don't want that to happen, and I don't blame myself for that so much, but many people go in and look in there and they're like, well, I'm confused, I don't know what to do, where to go, it's a whole new environment, well, easy in, easy out, I'll just quit, right? And we don't want that to happen. You join for a reason. We want to give you every possibility to succeed. So we have an onboarding team. I'll introduce you to Victor in a little bit, and that's going to walk you through the back office to get you acclimated to the back office and also what to do next, so you're not confused. Another challenge is social. I kind of hinted on this a little bit, where if you do this, some people, many people, most people are going to be afraid of what if my peers see me doing this thing, right? My coworkers at my real job, they see me doing something, or let alone my loved ones see me doing something different. So that's what we call social pressure. That is always going to be there. And you know what it really is they want you to stay in their comfort zone. They don't want you to leave. So they're going to challenge you and say, remember when you did that other business and you failed? What makes you think you can do that business? And all these different things they're going to say to you. And many of them say it because they love you, right? When it's really a disguise where they don't want you to succeed because it's going to make them feel worse, right? So you're going to get that. And the reason why I'm showing you these challenges is because I believe in being prepared. In the Marines, when we went into boot camp, if the drill instructors didn't prepare us for the inevitable battles that we're going to be at, the bombs, the bullets, the grenades, things like that, when we actually hit those grenades and bombs and bullets and things like that, what are we going to do? We're going to run away. But now luckily I didn't, but if we were able to go in battle, we would run to the danger and not away from the danger. So I believe in preparing everyone for the inevitability of what's going to happen. And that's why I cover these challenges with you, because I want you to hit those challenges and start laughing and say, you know, Peter told me you would say that. That's funny. Peter told me you would say that. You know, so you're prepared for these different things, and it just bounces right off you, and you're not worried about it. So lastly, failure. What if it doesn't work? Well, listen, guys, you're not mortgaging your house. When my parents opened up a restaurant, they mortgaged their house. They had 6 months left to pay on their house. They mortgaged their house to open up a restaurant, and they failed, and they lost their house, their marriage, everything. And that's traditional business, and we don't even blink twice about it. We don't even think twice about it. That's what traditional business is. You can start for as little as $250 with our program, okay? So literally, it's not going to make or break you in the business. And we give you every chance to succeed. We have coaches, we have onboarding specialists. There are no monthly fees. You can take your time at your own speed to make it happen. Of course, we have higher entry levels, which we'll go over in just a moment, but failure is not an option. We're going to do everything on our part to be able to help you, and the only person that can't make it is you. Whatever you decide, you are the X factor. We already know that our systems work. We've been doing it for 21 years, and I gave you the numbers, okay? So challenges. One last thing is, I heard somebody say this the other day, you know, I hate my job, but it pays the bills. And my head almost spun around backwards because that is just something so foreign to me. I hate my job, but it pays the bills. And it's almost like you feel like you don't have any choices. There are so many choices. There's so many choices out there, but I get it. If you have to pay the bills and you have to have money coming in to pay the rent and things like that, I get it, okay? But we have an opportunity for you to be able to wean yourself off of that. So this way, eventually you might have a choice to make. Maybe you're making twice as much with us than you are with your traditional job. Then you decide, I'm not going to tell you to quit your job right away. That would be foolish to do that, right? Use your job as a way to be able to pay the bills, so this way you can work on your dream. Instead of working on your boss's dream, you can work on your dream. How about that? All right, I hate sales. Well, we have a coaching program, right? I told you about that. You can drive traffic, you don't have to speak to anybody, and you don't even have to sell anything to anybody, right? I mean, I can do trainings, and we will, about what sales really is, and I can make you some of the best salespeople in the world, and we all know sales makes the world go round, but today's presentation is not about that, okay? If you don't like sales or you don't feel that you're good at sales, not a problem, not to fear. We have a system for you to be able to take care of that. Now, the challenge is here, what if everything does work? What if you do this and it changes your life? I think the upside is way, way, way better than some of those challenges that are on the downside. All right, so ask yourself again, why not me? Why not now? Why not? Do it, right? Step out of your comfort zone, grow a little bit. Challenges make you stronger, just like working out makes your muscles stronger. So how many on here would like to do whatever you want, wherever you want, with whoever you want, and do it with the lifestyle formula from directmailpro? Everybody should have their hands up right now or typing in the question section, yes, me, right? All right, Victor, why are you doing that to me? Right in the middle here. Oh, my God. All right, don't do that to me. You're losing my train of thought, buddy. All right. So now let's go into some of the steps here on the lifestyle system. Profit lifestyle step number 1. Okay, how we were able to simplify everything. Eliminate resistance. And I hinted on this before. Eliminate resistance. Bring it down to the smallest common denominator on why people fail and accomplish that and squash that. Number 2 is keep it stupid simple. Keep it simple so everyone can duplicate. The answer to duplication is keeping things so simple that many people can do it over a long period of time. If you make it too complicated, it breaks down very, very quickly. So you have to keep what we call stupid simple. But and it's contrary to belief here, when it's stupid simple, it's actually insanely profitable, right? Because it is simple, because people can duplicate, and because they can do it over a long period of time, it becomes insanely profitable, very, very profitable. Lifestyle step number 3, all you gotta do is cash the check, right? We're gonna pay you, the company collects the funds, and we pay you in your back office You in turn cash a check, get Bitcoin, get Zelle, whatever. Okay, money is money. That's a whole nother seminar I can do, is what money really is, right? But everybody knows checks, so we put cash a check on here for yourself. So simplicity is easy as peel, point, and profit. No selling, no training, no stress. Direct Mail Pro. All right. So the profit lifestyle system is where you want to refer people and start referring people to our system. So what is my big reason? I think I gave that to you before. I want to have impact and contribution. I want Direct Mail Pro around the world to be able to change people's lives financially and emotionally and relationship-wise. Most relationships go bad because of what? Finances, right? So we want to be able to help people everywhere around the world with our simple system. So what's different about DMP? Literally anybody can do this. Okay, profits, freedom, lifestyle. Anybody can do this. And it's the great equalizer, right? We don't look at male, we don't look at female, we don't look at black, white, Asian, anything like that, okay? Everybody is invisible here, and you're up to you totally to make it happen, okay? We just give you a vehicle that works, you plug into it, and based on your skill level and your effort, you can make some serious income. Now, we can't promise anything to you because obviously everybody's different, but I can promise you the system is going to treat everybody the same. So let's talk about some myths that are out there, okay? Some different myths. You see the nose over here, all right? Well, it's one of these things, and they never tell you the truth. And like I said before, my promise to you is I'm going to be upfront. I'm going to tell you the truth, and I think I've been pretty honest with you here. Other myths out there is when you talk to people, right, they're going to give you their opinion. My uncle's brother's sister's cousin 20 years ago did one of these things, and they quit after a week. They're scams. Right? So you're going to hear that all the time. What about this? What about that? I heard here and I heard there. Guys, you're going to hear that stuff, and it's just not true. Maybe based on their perspective of reality or one person they met, but it's like going to, if you like Italian food, going to one Italian restaurant, you don't like the food, doesn't make Italian food bad. It just means that one restaurant was bad. You're going to have people that are totally suspicious, will never do anything, are going to give you all sorts of opinions, and they never accomplished anything in their life. Okay, you get that all the time. You're going to hear from this person and that person. Oh, I heard about these things or this or that, and they're practically on food stamps. Okay, so you can't take the opinion of people that have not done it themselves. People, sometimes you're going to hit people that just don't want to hear what you have to say, and that's fine. They have their mind so blocked out that they don't want to hear anything alternative out there that's happening with society. And lastly, wow, look at this guy. He looks like Mr. Suspicious, doesn't he? So he's going to tell you all sorts of things about your business, your life, what makes you think you can do this or that. Stay with your JLB, it's safe, and on and on and on. And it's just not true, guys. So who is this not for? This program is not for people that don't finish what they start. If you're going to start something and in 20, 30 days you're going to say, oh, it's a scam, didn't work for me, don't even do it. Okay, we don't need your money that badly. We want you to succeed, okay? If you're going to have that already with you, give yourself a chance for it to succeed and put an honest effort into the business. And like I said, no monthly fees. If it takes you 6 months to make a $5,000 a month income, so what? You're going to work anyway, right? If it takes you a year to do it, who cares, right? Who cares? You're not going to be able to get that kind of return anywhere else. Now, who is this for? People that are just sick and tired of being sick and tired, and they're looking for that one thing to say, listen, I'm going to hang my hat up here. I'm going to give it a real effort, and I don't care if I failed with something else before or something else happened. This is what I'm going to do, and I am going to give it a shot, okay? And I'm going to put an honest effort and work the program. That's the kind of person we want. We want somebody with a spark in their eye. You know, in the book Think and Grow Rich, you know, he talks about Edison. He meets this guy, Barnes, and the guy was dressed almost like he called him a hobo or homeless almost. But he saw the spark in their eye, and he said, I can work with that. That's the kind of people we're looking for here. Now, this is the product we're talking about, the big business in a box. The big business in a box. I don't know if you can see me on the screen, hopefully, but I have it right here in front of me, okay? This is it right here, okay? Big business in a box. Everybody gets this box, no matter what product level that you, in turn, come in at. The first product level is the Kickstarter program, which is $250. That includes the box, the shipping, and everything, okay? And we'll show you the contents of the box in just a minute. But that's, again, a retail value of $250, and you can get started at the Kickstarter level if you just want to get rolling. Okay, so this is a picture of the big business in a box. This is the outside of it. The next tier up from that is an amateur, okay, an amateur. And that is a $500 startup, okay, and you get the box as well, okay? That's the box right there. You get the box too. Everybody gets the box. Now, the main difference in the contents of the box is the USB hard drive, sorry, miscratch that, the USB flash drive that's on there, and it will replicate the digital content in your back office, okay? So that's the value is right there. That's the main value, but just about almost everything in the box is exactly the same as all the other levels, unless you're getting up to the top 2 tiers, which I'll talk about in a second. Next tier up from that is the elite level. And you notice that these names are entrepreneur driven, Kickstarter and amateur, and going up to the elite level, which means you're getting even more and more serious about the program. This happens to be the middle entry level point of the program. There's 5 points. This happens to be what I call the Goldilocks point, okay? $1,000 right in the middle. You're getting serious about your business. And again, you're getting the box. The next one up from that is the pro level. It's $2,500. And that's where you're really serious about your business. You want to take it to a whole nother level. And this is the pictures of the sides of the box. And then when you get up to the top level, that's the VIP. And that's where you're just going to go for the gusto, okay? And that's a retail value of $5,000, and you're getting all the things in the box I'm going to show you right now. So what's the difference? Okay, here's some screenshots of just some of the product in the box. Now, some of them, you know, it's not professional pictures because they were taken by the manufacturers of the product just before they're ready to ship out. And you see those 2 pictures there. That is the USB hard drive, okay, or flash drive. If you can see down on the bottom picture on the right, the little white thing sticking out, that's what sticks into your computer and pulls the data off the card, okay? And these are printed that looks just like the box, professionally done. You see everybody gets one of the water bottles. The people at the 2,500 and 5,000, they get a computer bag that's over there. Everybody gets these 2 books. These are 2 books that I made, and other products in here like a blueprint, welcome letters, and many, many other things in the box as well too. So it's chock full of content that's available for you. But the biggest thing that's in there is that flash drive, okay? And as much as 32 gigabytes is on there, depending on what product level you're at, but the VIP level is going to have as much as 32 gigabytes of product on that drive. So again, the difference is what's on that drive, okay? The USB flash drive is a credit card style drive. It's custom printed on both sides of the drive, and each box has contents of the digital library or digital library of the products you purchased on the USB flash drive, okay? So let's talk about the compensation structure of the program. Now, don't blink, you might miss it, and it's intentionally very, very simple. Again, everything is stupid simple, okay? If you sell the product, doesn't matter what level you're on, you're making 40%, okay? 40% on the first tier sale. So if you sell it, you make 40%. And there's a caveat to that, and I'll explain in just a minute. If they sell it, you make 20%. So let's say that you sell 10 $1,000 products. That's $4,000 in commissions, right? 10 times $400. What happens if those people sell 10 $1,000 products? Well, you're making 10 times $200. Nope, you're not. You're making 100 times $200 because those 10 sold 10. That's 100 times 200. Not bad, right? Not bad on the second tier. So that can be kind of hefty. So you earn commissions up to the product price point that you purchased. Let me explain. So let's say you bought the $1,000 product. That's the elite product box. You refer a sale who buys a $5,000 VIP box. Okay, the VIP box generates a $2,000 commission. You earn 40% of the $1,000 portion because that's as high as you are, right? So now at the $5,000 sale, it's a $2,000 commission. So you earn $400. That means $1,600 is going to roll up to the person above you that is at the VIP box. So you can see that you might want to think about going up as high as possible because you don't want to leave money on the table. It only takes 3 sales at the product level that you're at to actually be in profit, because when I went to school, 40% plus 40% plus 40% is 120%. Right? So if you do a $1,000 product, you make 400, 400, 400, you made $1,200, and you're now in profit with no monthly fees, and that's not counting anything on the second tier. So again, the remainder of the commission, $1,600, rolls up to the member above you at the 5K price point. We also have company coaches that are going to close the sales for you if you choose to use them. There is no extra fee for this. So if you do the calculation, you get 40%, 20% second tier, that leaves 40% left over, 60% net payout. We use the 40% to pay for the shipping on the box, to pay for the massive boxes, 10 pounds, right? To pay for to pay the closers, to pay the onboarding people, and try to stay in business. Okay, so all of that is wrapped up in that 40%. And if you choose to use it, you're welcome to use it. Why wouldn't you not want to use a closer? Hey, sometimes you just know people. Why put them through a closing situation? Why put them through a coach? Just sign them up directly. It'll speed up the process for you, and you'll get paid much quicker. So up to you. So now Victor Grant, which I'll introduce in just a moment, the company trains all the members. The master trainer of the program is our faculty trainer, Victor Grant, okay? And he does the onboarding. He walks you through the back office on different trainings and also more advanced trainings. And actually, we've been training people for 2 weeks already, okay? So hopefully you've been on some of his trainings. He does some great stuff. So the company collects the money and pays all the commissions. Instead of having the member pay different people, we wanted to simplify it and say, just listen, just send it to the company deposits it, it shows up in your back office, you get paid, okay? So keeping it simple with one entity to pay. So in the back office, you have the digital version of the actual product, okay? So this is one screenshot of one of the sections of the digital products. And it's like a Rolodex. So on the right-hand side, you're gonna see the thumbnail of the video and also the link. If you click on it, it's gonna show up on the left-hand side, and you'll see on the left-hand side by the play button, this video is 1 hour and 2 minutes long. Most of the videos that we have are about 1 hour or more. So the content is massive in the back office. So again, summary, tools to promote, okay? We have many, many traffic sources in the back office. We have a postcard design and mailing system, an envelope and multi-page mailing system, text ads, banner ads, social media ads, many more offline and online methods coming up, lead capture pages with autoresponder follow-up. Some of them are free, some of them are premium, and direct mail leads available, and all with training on how to use them, and that's all done with Victor, okay? So when you get started, our gift to you, you create your account, you select the account you want to join, and we're going to activate your account for 96 hours. I was going to say 48 hours, but 96 hours, okay, while you send the funds in, because we don't take credit card. So the faster you can get in the funds, we take Bitcoin, you can do check draft, deposit into one of our bank accounts if you want. You can do Zelle, okay? Zelle is a great way to do it, alternative to PayPal. We have Cash App, many, many different ways for you to be able to pay. The faster you get it in, the faster we can mark you paid, and you'll be a permanent member, okay? So the value of that is huge. The other value is we're going to give you a travel certificate to dozens of locations around the world, okay? That is crazy good, all right? And the VIP members get a free laptop, all right? VIP members at the top $5,000 level get a free laptop. Holy cow, okay? That's a value of about $400. And there's only one chance to be called a founder. Up until we launch October 1st, you can be called a founder. So you can use that to your advantage, because when you tell people that you're a founder, that's like a feather in your cap, and they see you as a first adopter, a first mover, and it's just a plus. It happens to be a plus when you go to sign people up. So the value of that, depending on how you use it, is priceless. And so in closing here, I want to ask you a question. If all this did was give you the box and you got all of that knowledge, would it be worth it? If all it did was to generate that money for you, would it be worth it? If all it did would generate you $5 or $10 or $20 or $1,000 a year or more, maybe 6 figures or more, would it be worth it? You know the answers to these questions. I'm not giving you the answers to the questions. You know what they are. Just ask you those questions. We tried to make the downside very, very small and the upside huge. So the decision for you is very, very easy. And ask yourself, are you worth the investment? Are you worth it? Of course you are. So the take action now is what you want to ask yourself. Take action now. We're in a time in the society right now that's the entrepreneur age. And never before in human history has the entrepreneur been able to have a global business with such low risk and huge upside potential. And I can say that with a straight face because I've done it for 21 years and I've helped so many people do the same thing. And I want to ask you a question. Please type in the chat. Will you be our next success story? Will you be Simon Rai, who's in Nepal? The average income for his village is $100 a month. And he does our business. He makes 9 to 12 times the amount of money that his village makes. Will you be Michael Mansell, that's made over $600,000? Or Tom, the furry hat guy, Yatar, he's done over $500,000 to $600,000. And many, many, many more people that I just don't have time to mention. Will you be one of our success stories? There's a reason why we've paid out hundreds of millions of dollars in commissions, because it works. This is a new business built on the infrastructure of an existing 21-year-old company. So we don't pray or hope this is going to happen. It's going to happen whether you do it or not. And I'm not just saying that just to say that to sound, cute. It really is going to happen whether you do it or not. And you have the chance to be an early adopter, to get in on the inside before we launch, to start building network, and to be able to make your mark and change your life financially and be part of something that's really going to be great. So you decide where you want to do it. I mean, does any of these things excite you? The money, the vacations, the planes, the people? So in summary, here's the last screen here, guys. Discover a system that's so incredibly stupid simple that all you need to do is use a stamp or point to a video and you can be insanely profitable, where simple meets profitability or profitable. Okay, guys? Thank you so much for watching this presentation. I'm going to cut out the screen here. I want to show you one or two things here before we close out. Vic, you almost ready? All right. I want to show you one thing before Victor comes on. Vic, if you get yourself ready, okay? Now here's a screenshot, or actually the actual back office of the advanced prospecting system that we're going to have available, okay? Multiple capture pages. We have more coming, okay? You have all sorts of different kinds of capture pages. You have different tools. You can build your own capture pages. You have SMS capabilities in here, social media graphics, all sorts of different things to get started. SMS notifications when people sign up, all these different types of really cool things. Different kinds of capture pages over here, a page builder, a light box builder, and it's crazy. This is going to be available. It is $97 one time if you want to use it. If you want to sell it, it's an additional $97, and you make 50% on everybody that you refer to it, okay? So you just refer to, and you're free, okay? Great deal. Refer to and you're free, okay? So this is a crazy system. Let me just click on one here, and you can kind of see what I'm talking about.
Have you ever wondered how some people seem to work less and earn more? Have you ever wondered how you can break free from the never-ending cycle of subsistence living? Have you ever wondered how you can not only be debt-free, but thrive? Ever ask yourself, why not me? There comes a point in everyone's life where they decide if they're going to be the person that watches things happen or makes things happen. Emerson called it the law of laws. You know it as the law of cause and effect. Today, what will you decide? Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Are you at a point where you realize that the government or other outside effects will not save the day? Perhaps you're already successful and you're wondering how to get more time freedom.
Well, guys, I'm not going to give away the farm on that one, but this is a video on the outside of the capture page system, and it's about 3 to 4 minutes, okay? I think something like that would get people to fill out their information, and then they go to a landing page which has a longer presentation on it, and then that's what happens. Okay, I'll leave it at that. Okay, so guys, lots of capture pages and things like that in there, okay? Now, let's see, pages. This is the back office, and Vic, do you have an account access to the back office? I'll show you just a little bit over here of the account you have. This is a demo account, okay? When I said your membership, so you have access to the videos and all sorts of different things back there. It's crazy how good this stuff is, guys. This will be ready, I'm thinking, by next week, okay? And if you want to take advantage of it, you can build your own capture pages. You saw the video, how good it is, and some of the other ones that are on here, it's crazy.
Have you ever wondered how some people seem to work less and earn?
Right? So beautiful stuff, right, guys? So we are sparing no expense for you guys, all right? Let me just get my screen off here and go over to see Victor. Vic, you want to take it away, buddy? Thomas says, what's the actual product that we're selling? Maybe you missed the presentation that I have. Let me just show you real quickly. This is what you're selling, guys. The big business in a box. This is what you're selling. Look at all the stuff on the inside, okay? All sorts of stuff on this is going to be red. You're getting this is going to be a credit card size USB drive. You're getting all sorts of books and literature on the inside, event tickets like this, okay, all sorts of stuff in the box. Everybody gets the box. That's what you're selling. The main difference is what's on this, okay? So that you're selling a physical product, but also you have the digital version of the physical product in the back office at the same time. So you're getting both worlds, digital and physical, so old school, new school.